Hey all, recently playing around with some new visual styles and gradients and thought I'd share my technique and how sort of they're inspired by the characters of Pixar Soul. So just jump in here, found this video that talks about actually how they made some of these characters and some of their test shots. So you'll notice, I'm just going to pause here, right? Of course they have sort of very soft edges, very blurred sort of visual with a lot of nice color mix happening. But then they also have very prominent elements, like the fingers here with the outline, or a little bit less defined, but still define the mouth, and of course the glasses as like its own object. So I thought, is there a way we can bring some of this into a more traditional graphic element we could use in web or print or what have you. So I just want to share my technique. It's going to start with jumping into Illustrator and drawing just a simple shape, something a little organic, nothing too complex. I'm just going to use this sort of blob shape, and since I'm using my mouse, what I'm going to do is also just smooth it out. Smooth it out a little bit. If you're using a pen tablet or something, you may not need this, but smooth that out, reduce some of the complexity there, and we have sort of a basic shape, like so. From here, what I want to do is set up a free form gradient. So that's one of the gradient types in Illustrator, where you can basically add a bunch of points to set up your gradient. So I'm just going to add a couple different colors here. We'll go with like a pinkish purple one. We'll leave that one white. Maybe go with a more purple here, and then maybe a little bit of a like bluey, deep blue, maybe a little bit softer, a little bit more blue there. So let's say that's what I want to go for. We'll change the hierarchy of these colors a little bit, increase the spread of this one by just dragging on this handle, and then maybe the same here. Just sort of pull this out a little bit and push this down. So once I have that, what I'm going to do is just export this as an image and pull that into Photoshop. So I'll just go grab that and move over to Photoshop. I just have this file here of a sample that I'd done ahead of time, so I'll just turn that off. But I'll drag that image in. We'll have it to play with it. So here it is. Just going to scale it up a little bit. And first things first, I'm going to just duplicate this. So we have another one. And really there's two layers to this, the sort of very blurred, soft edges, and then something that helps define some of the structure. So I'm going to just turn off the back layer and start messing with this one. So first step, I'm going to go and add a Gaussian blur here. Sort of maybe around 20, 24, something like that. That looks good. Then I'm going to go to the blur gallery and add a path blur. So this is one of the tools, blur tools, where you can basically define a direction in which to blur and basically how much. So you can almost think about it like a fancy version of motion blur. And I'm just going to increase the speed value here to create sort of more emphasis, and you can increase the vector here. So this section should be more blurred than maybe some bits up here. And I'm going to do the same with this one, increase that a little bit, and see what that looks like. Cool. The other thing you can do, there's this setting for noise. So I'm just going to add some noise, maybe 30, 40%, something like that. Create some nice texture on top of the blur. And then once you're sort of happy with that, just click OK, and it'll add that to your smart object. It's going to take a couple seconds in my case to apply that. But once it's applied that, we'll basically have, as you see, this really nice, soft, textured gradient. And then the next step here will be looking at its relationship to the back gradient, and what that means. Awesome, so now that's applied, what we'll do is just turn on that back layer and see, wow, it's really well defined, right? Sort of too harsh. So first things first, I'm going to actually take this top layer and scale it up just a bit and slide it down a little bit too. So there's a little bit of variant. Maybe I'll add a little rotation as well. It's going to sort of reapply that as it's a smart object. Once it's done with that, we'll start messing with the back layer. Awesome, so now that's applied, we're going to take that back one and we're going to go and add a blur to that as well, just a Gaussian blur, a little bit less this time, maybe something like 12 or 15, we'll go with this 13. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to actually increase this top one a little bit more, distort it just a bit, and see what that looks like. Awesome. So now you can see there's really soft edges, but there's still some well-defined areas, the intersection there. You can see there's still a base shape here and there. And now you have like a nice Soul-inspired gradient that you can apply to sort of print or any type of graphic work you're doing. So just a quick, simple tutorial about these Soul-inspired gradients. Let me know what you think below. Thanks. Have a good one.